passed out your objective sheet for these couple of lessons. You need to get to the page that says Chapter 3, Lesson 1. Chapter 3, Lesson 1. Okay, the first objective you'll see on the page says explore identifying living from non-living things. Should that be very difficult for you? The difference between a living and a non-living thing. Okay. Go ahead and circle which letter you think you are. If you are at 0, that means I know nothing about the difference between living and non-living things. If you're at 10, that means you know quite a bit. You know a lot about the difference between living and non-living things. Okay. The second one is identify cells as a basic unit of living things. Identify cells as a basic unit of living things. Circle 0 through 10. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
You need to use a different eraser because that would tear a hole. Here. Okay, number 3, put in order the levels of organization of a living thing. Now, what does that mean? That means that what's the basic building block of all living things? Hello?
A cell.
It's a cell. Cells work together to make tissue works together to make organs work together to make
Organ system.
organ systems work together to make organisms. If you know that and you understand that, if you know that and understand that, then that's what that means. Cell, tissue, organ, organ system, organism, organ system, organism. Okay? If you understand that, then you should circle something pretty high. Describe organization at the community level. That means you have a population of animals, then you have a community of animals. That's what that is. Okay? Repeat the key vocab words and terms after me. Honestly, there isn't anything on this page that you haven't seen or done before in 4th and 5th grade. I know, because I taught it to you in 4th grade. Cell. Cell. Tissue.
Tissue.
Organ.
Organ.
Organ system.
Organ system.
Organism.
Organism.
Population.
Population.
Community.
Community.
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem.
Now the next box says, I need to, and then the next one says, I am confident that. What are some things that you need to do in order to be proficient, in order to get 10s on all these after we've learned it? What are some things that will help you get there? What are some things that will help you get there, Mike? Okay, you need to study. What are some other things you could write down? Read in the book. Shut the door, please. What are some other things? Pay attention in class. Did you have a different one, Russell?
Pay attention in class.
Yep. Pay attention in class. What are some other things? Paige from the earlier class had a perfect example. If you don't understand something, go back and reread it after class. And then, if you still don't understand it, come and talk to your teacher so he can help you understand it. Yeah, well, something else. Ask questions. Not play with things during class. Don't have extra pencils out on your desk to distract you. Okay? Listen with your whole body. What's that mean? That means that your feet aren't distracting your ears. It means your hands aren't distracting your ears. That means your eyes aren't looking around, distracting your ears from listening to me. Okay? So listen with your whole body. Okay? And what's one thing you can be confident? I'm confident that you can succeed. I'm confident that I can succeed if, and then tell me some things you're going to do. I'm confident that I can succeed if, and write those things down. Once you get that, go ahead and turn the page over to the next side. This is something that can go into your science portfolio, your science folder. Back in the back after we're done with this unit. Does that make sense? Okay. We're going to fill in the, after we covered it, based on your assessment score. Okay? We're going to have probably 2 or 3 questions about each one of these objectives. If you get all 3 of those questions right about an objective, does that mean you probably know a 10 out of 10 about it? Yeah. If you don't get any of them right about that objective, do you think you should mark down after we covered it, you're at a 7? You didn't get any of them right, you're going to be at like a 0 or a 1. If you miss 2 out of 3, you'll be at like a 6 or a 7. Okay, so we're going to take our assessments and link them to how do we do afterwards. Okay? That make sense? Okay, on this side, the next side, we have explore physical features of an ecosystem. Identify abiotic and biotic factors of an ecosystem. Compare and contrast biomes as well as water ecosystems. What's abiotic and biotic? Anybody know?
I think it has something to do with animals and plants.
Okay, animals and plants would be under biotic.
Like it's like living and non-living things.
Non-biotic would be an example of like water. Water is abiotic. It's not alive. The soil is abiotic. But how do the abiotic factors affect the biotic factors? Well, if the soil is contaminated, things that are living in it are going to be sick and die. If the water, which is abiotic, is contaminated, it affects the biotic things that are in the water. Does that make sense? The fish are going to be sick. They're going to die. They're not going to survive. So abiotic is non-living, biotic is living. Okay. So if you think you can identify the abiotic and biotic factors of an ecosystem, then put 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 somewhere in there. Okay. And another thing, I need to. What are you going to do this time? Pick something else. Think of something else to do. You don't have to write the exact same thing. Adam.
In the key vocabulary and terms, it says abiotic factors.
Oh, you're right. Should be abiotic factors. Thank you, Adam. I misspelling. Abiotic factors, not factos. Okay, when you're done with this, go ahead and put it in your
Science folder.
science folder, in your binder. Don't be lazy. Don't just shove it in your binder. Put it in your science folder, please. That way, when I say, hey, class, get out your objective sheet, it doesn't take 10 minutes to find it. When you get done, put it away. I got another sheet to pass out. Okay, this is it's a Venn diagram that we're going to use as a pre and post. Pre and post. I need 2 more for you, Alyssa.
It's Elisa.
Lisa, sorry. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? Okay. On this Venn diagram, you see one side that says pre, and one side that says post. Which one are we going to do? Post unit or pre-unit? Pre-unit. So make sure you're on the pre-unit page. Check your neighbor. Make sure they're on the pre-unit page. Okay. Where it says topic at the top, you're going to write, it says topic way up here, you're going to write cells. Where it says topic, you're going to write cells. Okay? Where it says title, you're going to write plant cells, animal cells. Plant is on the left, animal is on the right. Okay? Oh, anybody else have a one-sided copy? Does anybody else only have one side on their copy? Callie does? You guys got my originals. up here we have plant cell and we have animal cell. What's something that we can put in the Venn diagram for plant cell? I know what you know what a Venn diagram is, but I always like to review. If it's in this circle, then it has to do with a plant cell. If it's in this circle, it has to do with an animal cell. If it's in the middle, it goes both ways. So what's something that we could write up here for a plant cell? What can we write?
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll. Okay, so you should write chlorophyll. So you can write contains or has chlorophyll. Okay. You need to fill in anything you can list about plant cell, anything you can list about animal cell, and anything that you can list that has to do with both. Okay. Take about 5 minutes to do so.